Hi guys, Christina here. Today on It Is a Keeper, I'm showing you how to make a slow cooker Mississippi pot roast sandwich. I want to thank Certified Angus Beef brand in conjunction with Sunday Supper LLC for sponsoring this video. They asked me to create a video showing you one of my favorite easy family recipes using Certified Angus Beef. So make sure you check them out. There's a link in the description below. These slow cooker Mississippi pot roast sandwiches are one of my all-time favorite crock pot recipes. Tender, juicy beef is slow cooked in a super flavorful sauce, then piled high on toasted rolls and topped with cheese. My mouth is watering just thinking about them. Before we jump in, make sure you hit the red subscribe button below, and if you like this recipe, please give it a thumbs up. All right then, let's start making some Mississippi pot roast. Okay, so we're going to take a 3 to 4 pound chuck roast, and I love using Certified Angus Beef for this recipe, and you can tell it's Certified Angus Beef by this logo right here. You see the logo with the little black cow on it? That will tell you that this is a Certified Angus Beef cut of meat, and I just love the quality of the beef. You have the beautiful marbling in there, so you know you're going to get the most flavorful and most juicy meat coming out of these recipes when you use Certified Angus Beef. So to prep our Mississippi pot roast, I have some jarred pepperoncinis here, and what we're gonna do is just cut them into nice little slices. So, ooh, that's a squirty one. Wow, it's juicy. We're just gonna slice this down. I'll put the stems aside and we'll get nice little pepperoncini rings. You might even be able to buy them like this. I got the whole ones. So I'm just cutting them into rings. But if you can find the jarred pepperoncini rings, and these are basically just, they add a nice little bite of heat, and they have that nice vinegar bite in them too. Okay, so our pepperoncinis are cut up. I'm just going to put them right back in the bowl that they came from. And we will get rid of this cutting board and bring in the slow cooker. Okay, so we have the slow cookers on scene here. We are ready to get going, and this recipe only takes a few ingredients. So we have our Certified Angus Beef chuck roast. So I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna put the whole thing in there. If I can get it off with one hand. Okay, so our chuck roast is in the slow cooker. We're gonna add the rest of our ingredients. So here I have a stick of butter. And I know this looks like a lot, but it really does make a decadent sauce. So we're just going to put the entire thing in there. Just kind of spread it around. We're also going to add our pepperoncinis that we've cut up. I'm just kind of sprinkling those around. And then I have 2 envelopes. One is Italian salad dressing mix. So we'll just put this entire envelope in here. And I like to just pour it right on top of that beef so that the flavor gets mixed in there. And the last thing we're going to add is an envelope of Au Jus Gravy mix. So we're just going to take this whole thing and pour that right in there, and it helps make that sauce super decadent. All right, that is it. We are going to put the lid on our slow cooker, turn it on, and let it hang out for 6 to 8 hours on low. Okay, so our Mississippi pot roast has been cooking away, and I think it's just about ready. So let's get it out of the slow cooker because we need to shred this bad boy up. So, ooh, it looks good. I'm just gonna pull it out on this tray. Just look at all that deliciousness. It made a nice, thick, rich sauce. I have one little piece here that fell off. Ooh, another one. All right, now I'm gonna slide my slow cooker to the side. And we are going to shred this pot roast because we wanna turn this into sandwiches. So we need our shredded meat, and it's so tender that it just comes apart with forks. So I'm just using 2 forks here and just start shredding the beef with the forks. Oh, it smells so good. You just want to get it shredded into bite-sized pieces. It doesn't have to be perfect. If you find any lines of fat running through your meat, you can just kind of pull those aside. Nobody likes to eat that, or if you do, more power to you. So our beef is shredded. Now we're going to get everything ready for our sandwiches. And the first step to do that is I have to slice up these roasted red peppers because we're going to kind of take this Mississippi pot roast a little bit over the top and add a couple more flavors to it. And I love roasted red peppers. So I'm just going to slide our beef off the cutting board here for a moment. And these are just jarred roasted red peppers. You can absolutely roast your own if you prefer. I'm cutting them into strips. Sometimes you can buy them already cut into strips, but I'm gonna cut these up into nice little strips here. You can easily switch it up. If you like hotter things, you could put some banana peppers on there, or the roasted Italian peppers would be really good. Those pickled ones that you can get in the sandwich aisle at the grocery store, yum. So, just bite-sized pieces. I might even cut them a little smaller. Cut them in half again. Alrighty, and I'm just gonna put those right back into the bowl they came from, because we'll need that as we assemble our sandwiches. So let me just dry my hands off. Now we're going to get our rolls ready, and I want the rolls toasted. So this is totally personal preference. I just have some deli rolls here and some butter, and I'm just gonna put a nice coating on the inside of each one, and we're going to just toast them on a skillet real quick. I think I'll do up 4 of them. These rolls are nice and soft. Oh, when they say man can't live on bread alone, they clearly were not referring to me, because I certainly can. Okay, so have the rolls buttered. I'm going to pop them onto the grill pan over here on the stove, let them get nice and toasted, and then we will assemble our sandwiches. Why is this recipe called Mississippi Pot Roast? According to Southern Living magazine, this recipe can be credited to Robin Chapman of Ripley, Mississippi. In the 1990s, she tweaked her aunt's pot roast recipe and came up with this internet sensation. So thank you, Robin. Your creation is absolutely amazing. All right, so next step, the last step, is to assemble our sandwiches. So I have our toasted rolls here, and I'm just going to pile on the pot roast. Get a nice healthy layer on there. Oh, toasted bread, yum. This would be really good with garlic butter, yum. Get a couple of the pepperoncinis that were in the pot roast. I'm also going to add some of our roasted red peppers to the top. Let me just get in there with a fork. It adds beautiful color to these sandwiches. And then the last thing we're going to put on here is a slice of provolone cheese. I'm going to split it in half. And we'll put that on there, and we're going to put this under the broiler. So I'm gonna assemble the rest of these, and then we'll get them under the broiler. All right, our sandwiches are out of the oven. Let's dive into these. I'm gonna cut this one in half, just to make it a little more manageable. Oh, look at that, the layer of pot roast and roasted red peppers and provolone cheese. Oh, I can't wait. So, on the side here, I have the reserved sauce from the slow cooker. This is what this pot roast has been cooking in all day. I'm gonna use it as like a dip. Dip it in there. Try not to make a mess. Oh. I love, there's just a little bit of bite from those pepperoncinis and the soft, tender pot roast and the creamy cheese and the crispy roll. This sandwich has it all going on. Now, you could easily drizzle this sauce on top or just use it as a dip. It's entirely up to you, but they are absolutely amazing and such a quick and easy meal. Thanks for watching. You can get the full printable recipe in the video description below. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe so you don't miss a single thing. And be sure to check out the rest of my favorite easy recipes and quick tips. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.